Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. I see people joining us. Hello, Boyanka. Hello, everyone. Let me know in the comments where you watch me from. If the sound, the picture is okay. Hello, 𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗀. Where are you watching me from, ladies and gentlemen? If you're here, hello, Ari. Amazing. Let me know if you have received, everyone, the worksheet for today's exercise. Have you all received the actual Google Doc? Cecily, I can hear you, see you well. Amazing, 𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗀. I remember Cecily. Yeah, perfect. So let me know if you have received the actual file of today's exercise. And you don't need to ask to get access to the file. You just create a copy to your Google Drive or you download the actual file. Is that clear so far? Have you all received the Google Doc? It's in an editable format, so it means that you can go directly and write to this. 𝗂𝗄, amazing. Everything is working fine. I have received the file. Perfect, Natalie. Even if you don't need, it's a repeat information for you because I think that we have covered that in the 3-month program, but I would love, okay, to have you here and also to hear your feedback and also to keep on track to whatever we're doing. Yep, today is going to be the day number 1 of our 3-day business planning bootcamp. We're going to plan your strategy for 2024, the 3 months that are remaining, and of course, 2025. Today is going to be a 1-hour exercise on how to define your buyer personas and your target market. You have received one worksheet via email if you have signed up. So you need to have signed up in order to be able to receive the actual worksheet. This is the link that you see here. And let me share also the link in the comments. Let me check that everything is okay. The sound is okay. The picture is okay. Just to see that we're fine. It's always nice to hear things a second time. Yes, definitely, as we usually gain more precise insight. Yes. And sometimes, we have missed some kind of information that we can find later on. And also, the more time that we have, the more that we will be able to implement the same process even for more types of clients, Natalie. But I can't wait to see your results in general. It's great to see you too. Yes, I would prefer that we meet in person. Maybe you will be able to make it to the retreat this summer, but in general, it's lovely to hear back from you. And Boyanka, I'm watching from the UK. Yes, I received the document. Sounds perfect. Great to know, guys. So you need to sign up through the link. Okay, I'm sharing here in the chat. In order to receive the actual worksheets and to be able to join me on a daily basis for the exercise, because we're going to meet for 3 days in a row. And yes, of course, I'm going to answer all of your questions. Wow. 100 new connections to your LinkedIn profile, Natalie. Congratulations. You owe it to yourself and putting into action whatever you have learned, getting out of your comfort zone, overcoming any mindset block. So you owe it to you. The process, it really works as long as you put that into action. That's my advice to people who might be afraid or for whatever reason, they don't put into action what they learn. So today we're going to define your buyer personas. We're going to discuss about the difference between target market and ideal client avatar. For those that you have zero clue about what's your target market or your niche, this actually exercise will help you. For those that you actually have a clear idea, you think that you have a clear idea, you can go through this exercise to see if you're on the right track. And I will be sharing also a 40 questions extra worksheet for those that they would like to go a step further with their, let's say, this exercise. Of course, I prefer to go live with you. I could have recorded that because it's nice, okay, to see you. And of course, to be able to answer all of your questions, to interact with you. That's for me the most important part of, let's say, registering. You can still sign up here. Okay, amazing. to be able to answer all of your questions and to see familiar faces like the ladies here. So use the thread below and let me know where you're watching me from, if the sound of the picture is okay. And of course, I would love to know where you watch me from as always. If you have received the worksheet of today's exercise, every day, starting from today until Thursday, there's going to be a live exercise and the main masterclass on Thursday. Today and tomorrow for 1 hour, on Thursday for 90 minutes, I would block 2 hours at least. You will be receiving 2 hours ahead of the training, approximately the actual work so that you can make a copy on your drive or you can download. Don't request for permit to get access to the file. And my main promise to you is to leave this training with some tangible results and to be able to create something for you, okay? So I don't want you just in theory to learn things. Everything that we discussed today and the upcoming 2 days is a part of the Ultimate LinkedIn Prospecting System, which is a 3-month comprehensive business mentorship program. You can ask Natalie and Boyanka, they're here in the comments, their experience working with me for 3 months. But let's start right away. Yes, it's the Business Planning Bootcamp, 3-day free bootcamp for translators and interpreters for all language professionals. And we're going live on a daily basis at 5 p.m. Central European time, and you need to find your own time zone. Use the comments below and let me know if you have any questions. So we're going to grow your freelance translation business planning. Bootcamp is going to be and leverage your marketing strategy to consistently attracting high quality clients. I would like you to start thinking in a different way from now on, joining me even this 3-day free event, to be able to get to know our industry and how it works when it comes to acquiring clients. It's something that we are never taught at universities. And definitely our industry is very particular. I don't think that a general marketing process or a general marketing training would help us. I think these trainings that I've been giving, they're very successful and very popular because we really concentrate on our own market, even if the actual process that we create, okay, and the things we're going to cover can be applied from any kind of, let's say, service-based professional. So let me know. If you have zero clue about marketing, still this training is for you. If you haven't created a marketing strategy for your business so far, this is for you. If you have already a marketing plan and it doesn't work, again, this is for you. What to expect? Okay, 3-hour workshop because it's going to be today, tomorrow, and on Thursday. But on Thursday it's going to be 2 hours, so I would suggest it's longer. You will create your personal strategy plan with actionable steps right after the workshop. So I will be there to help you every step of the way. And today we're going to start with practical exercise. We're going to cover the biggest mistakes translators make and stop them from growing their own business. By business, I mean even if you're a freelancer working from home. So don't be afraid of using the term business, okay? When we call business, we call even ourselves as freelancers, because I think that we need to consider ourselves as businesses so as to be able to make some profit and to be able to pay ourselves our salary. The secret to getting clients on demand every single day, my outbound approach. The best way to get tons of your idea clients to contact you wanting to work with you as an inbound marketing method, and how to rapidly become the go-to expert in your field through sharing compelling content online. That's on Thursday. But we're going to start today with actually your target market. For those that you don't know me, those are a few things about me. I would be glad to answer any questions you might have about me and my background. I got my MBA in 2019 and my thesis during my studies at the Masters in Business Administration. The thesis, actually, the research was on client acquisition strategies for language professionals, quite innovative for that time, and still it is. The results are published. I was able to present also the results of my thesis of my MBA at the ATA conference back in 2020. I think it was during COVID. I was invited to go in Boston, but because of COVID, the event actually took place online. And since then, I'm a PhD candidate as well, and I'm still studying and researching related to our business side topics. I'm the creator of the fully booked translator formula, and I think the reason why I'm here and I'm also presenting such trainings and I have created the fully booked translator formula is the fact that I've been where you are right now, most probably. No matter what your stage I've gone through, because I started as an in-house translator, then I became a freelancer. I was working for bottle feeders. I couldn't pay my bills for quite some time, even if I was working until 3 a.m. in the morning, because I didn't know that I was underpaid by the translation agencies back then. It took me 1 year to write a proper CV because I couldn't find any such resources online. And of course, later it took me 7 years to grow and reach six-figure business. The moment I reached those results, I felt it was about time to give back to the community. And I created the first voluntary program here in Greece for language professionals. And of course, I started voluntary helping other colleagues because I really believe in giving back to the community. We rise by helping others, but also I feel that we help the industry itself, our profession, to grow by helping other people like newbies or new translators to charge their worth. So I'm really into mentorship. And since then, in 2020, I started the business mentorship programs in a structured way. And we can discuss that along the way. Everything we're going to discuss today is going to be based on the ultimate LinkedIn prospecting system revealed, which is the fully booked translator formula LinkedIn edition. It's about proven strategies. By proven, I mean strategies that I have used and I have been teaching for so many years, and they're proven to bring you results to growing our language business for long-term success. And the actual idea is based on the 3-month group coaching program for translators and interpreters, but we're going to touch a few things today, like the identify your ideal client avatar, the first one, define your unique selling proposition tomorrow, and we're going through all the actual client acquisition strategies that exist out there on Thursday. So it's going to be quite comprehensive Thursday's workshop. If you would like to find out more about this program, is vmentoring.com /ULPS, the abbreviation of Ultimate LinkedIn Prospecting System, if you want to go deeper. So let's start with our today's exercise, because I promised it's going to be 1 hour, okay, or less. I would like to keep it as short as it's needed. So let's discuss, first of all, those terms and the difference. Let me know in the comments if you know what's the difference between target market and buyer persona or ideal client. I would say buyer persona and ideal client is the same term. Define. They have the same, let's say, definition. But what is the difference between target market and buyer persona? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. It's the first thing that we need to cover, so as to know that everything, is very clear in our heads, as to be able to complete actually our exercise. And there is going to be a dedicated post in the Mentoring for Translators free community where I will be asking you to share your results. So not only I'm sharing your works that you need to go through the exercise, but also I will be asking you to share your results in the group so as you to be able to receive feedback. So I assume you don't know the difference between buyer persona and, let's say, your target market. Let me know in the chat. Today, we're going to cover both. We will start with your target market, which is a bigger piece of the market that we can cover and serve through our services. Is the piece of the market that all of us, okay, depending on our niche and specialization, we can serve. Whereas buyer persona or ideal client is one person, okay, that corresponds, okay, better to the actual person that is, of course, included in the target market. Does it make sense? So we start by niching down our niches or specializations. If we would like to call ourselves as specialized, I would suggest you to actually start by niching down with 3 specializations. That doesn't mean, okay, that you cannot accept projects in other niches. It means that you can call yourself the go-to expert in those niches. If you have more than 3, okay, 3 is an approximate number. You can have 1, you can have 4. But 3, let's say, is an average number that we can start promoting ourselves as the go-to experts using social media like LinkedIn and our website. Of course, if you're growing and if you're an LSP, you can cover more niches. But if you would like to call yourself as a specialized translator, you need to choose your specializations. If you have 0 clue, let me know in the comments and I can help you if you're a starting out translator. If you have a clue, okay, of what's your niche, and if you have more than 3, I would suggest you to take into consideration 3 aspects. What you really love to translate, okay, or interpret or transcribe, whatever is the language service that you offer. What you're very good at, which means that doesn't take you a whole day to find the term. And of course, what actually is it in need in the country that speaks the language that you translate. So you need to take, let's say, close to monitor the actual market where your languages are spoken and to see what is more profitable right now or where there is a need okay, in the market, so as to find out what is more profitable right now to choose in case you have more than 1, 2, 3 specializations. Does this make sense? Always when we have, because I see here in the audience many people that they are well established and many years in the industry. If you have many years in the industry, I would suggest you to go back to the recent projects or the biggest projects that you have, let's say, completed in the past, and to find out if they fall under a specific category of projects, so you can find out that specific niche. Based on that niche, okay, we choose a piece of the market that corresponds to that kind of niche, and we can serve through our services. So if, let's say, our niche is legal, so we assume that we are legal translators, the target market might be any legal company or anyone who might need legal translations, in a more, let's say, general term. Target market might be law firms, legal professionals, even, let's say, individuals, they might need legal translation. Does it make sense so far? Let me know in the comments. The buyer persona itself, or the ideal client, is one specific person with one job title, okay, located in a specific location, having specific characteristics. I would like to know if this has been clear so far, because it's really, really important, okay? Let me know in the chat if we have very clear so far. And I would love to know if you have already your specializations ready. You can say them, Yes, all clear, says Ari. Amazing. Thank you, Ari. But let me know also, guys, if you have any questions so far. And Ari, do you have your specializations ready? Do you know? Okay, Ariane, what's your specializations, let's say, or your target market so far? Do you have an idea? Boyanka, can you share in the comments, let's say, your 3 target markets maybe that you have in your mind right now, or one buyer persona? Art translations, okay, art might be one, specialization. Do you have your target market though? What might be the target market? And real estate, okay, real estate is more business related, but also art, yes. I have helped people with the art specialization to actually build their own client acquisition strategy. So this, let's say, but what's your target market, Ariane, based on those specializations? Education, health, and culture. Yes, perfect. Great, Boyanka, that you have it very clear and you can actually answer that ASAP. The target could be museums, yes, for art. Could be museums, yes, art galleries, artists themselves. But when it comes to ideal persona, buyer persona, or ideal client, Ariane, do you have an idea? So if you see the file that I have shared with you privately, there are some questions, okay, some exercise that you need to go through in order to be able to find your target market. We're going through the questions together today, so I will clarify any questions you might have. It's great exercise for those that they have zero clue which might be their target market, for those that they're starting out, but also for those that are well established and they would like to see if they're on the right track, or if they can add one more specialization, in their portfolio. So let's start by answering those questions together today. Who needs your service the most? Okay. So in order to find out, Ariane, and all of you guys, who might be the ideal avatar, ideal client, or buyer persona, who needs your service the most based on their own needs, okay, and the actual services. Also, in terms of museums, you need always to take into consideration as well the language combination that you offer. Who is able to pay what you charge? One thing that we really neglect when we create our strategy is that we don't take into consideration, okay, who needs our service and who is able to pay what we charge, because our service might be needed by several different types of clients. But if they are bottom feeders, they are not willing to pay what we charge, okay, then most probably we're losing the time to create a strategy for those people that they don't actually have the budget to invest. So we need early enough in our strategy, and we start by today. Today we are creating your strategy, because if we do not know who's your ideal client, we won't be able to create a strategy for you. So those steps that we're doing together today, the exercise, the worksheets, we prepare, okay, the basis for your strategy, your client acquisition strategy. So who is able to pay what you charge? So in case, for example, in my case, let's say If I'm a legal translator, and if, let's say, my legal service might be needed by individuals, or even legal professionals or law firms, and I know, for example, that LSPs here in Greece, they don't pay what I charge. I won't create a strategy, to contact them if I know beforehand that I will lose my time to contact people or clients that they don't have the budget. So we need to know, and especially when we have that flexibility, let's say we're lucky enough not to have already chosen our specialization, it's good to take that into consideration so as not to lose time having, let's say, specialization that is not well paid. Does it make sense? We want to choose a specialization that is well paid, and if we start from scratch, that's the starting point of creating our strategy. It's great, to choose wisely, niches, specializations, target markets, they actually have the budget. Also, what we charge, because we create, we choose how much we need to charge based on our living expenses, our lifestyle, the capacity that we have, how much we would like to earn per month. So we choose our rates, and we don't expect our clients to tell us how much, we need to get paid, like we most probably have been used to when we work with agencies. Usually translation agents, translation companies, they offer a budget unless they ask us for a rate, but then again, we might never hear back from them again. So we need to change the mindset, the way that we have been thinking so far about charging our rates. We need to choose our rate based on our living expenses and the lifestyle and the salary that we would like to pay per month ourselves. Does it make sense? I have a pricing exercise in a 3-month program. Most of the people, they join my 3-month program, they say it's very eye-opening because we tend to expect the rates or to actually set up our rates based on competition, which is not the case. And that's why most of the times we end up working many, many hours like I used to when I started. I was a freelancer and I couldn't pay my bills, even if I was working really, really hard until 3 a.m. in the morning. So we need to choose our own rates and to find those people, those clients that they are willing to pay, and they're able to pay what we charge. Whose problems and goals do you care about? If we have zero clue about who is our ideal client, maybe, the people or the piece of the market that we really care about their goals, their problems might be a starting point. I have had many men participants, in my programs, they actually chose sports. If that's your main, let's say, initiative that you really care about, or if it's environment, you can start with that because you will feel more passionate about, and also that will keep you motivated when you will start implementing your marketing activities. Who is likely to give you large orders or repeat business? That's also really important, because we need large orders or repeat business, if not both, Ideally, we would like repeat large orders. But when it comes to direct clients, they're not like agencies, translation companies, that they have a project for us on a weekly, monthly basis, The direct clients, they come to us whenever they need our service. And that's why in the Fully Booked Translator Formulator, the ultimate LinkedIn prospecting system, the 3-month group coaching program, what we do, we create a funnel, we create a process for you to be visible to them on a consistent basis. So whenever they have a project for you, to be the first to remember. And that's why in the program, we compile a list, with thousands of them, so as to be able to actually know that the actual strategy that we create is sustainable enough. Does this make sense so far? Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I would like to answer them because you will get your homework, and I would like to answer any questions you might have about filling this worksheet right now. What sort of people do you enjoy spend time with? Hello, Alessandro. Great. See here. What sort of people do you enjoy spend time with? Why? Why we have this question? Because if we're going to call them our ideal clients, usually we share the same values with those people, In order to share the same values and to have the same characteristics, we enjoy also spending time with them. We enjoy also the way that they actually talk to us or communicate with us. So if you have an idea of the people, that you enjoy spend time with, you can start with that. Especially some questions, are originally designed in such a way so as to be able to be addressed to those that they have zero clue, about who is their ideal client. Alessandro, do you have an idea of your niches and specializations? Let me know in the comments if you have them. You can even answer those questions while we are here, and share the results in the comments as soon as you have them. Who would be the easiest clients to get? I really love this question because most of you, if not all of you, when you join my mentorship program, you start with the most difficult one. You know, some people that you've never heard of you before, you have never worked with before, you have no reputation in the field. So why to start with the most difficult and not the easiest to get? By easiest to get, I mean those that they're closer to us. Why to start with clients that are in a different continent if we know that there are locally based clients that they can pay our rates, you know, they can give us large orders or repeat work and so on with the previous questions. So start with the easiest to get, either by location or those that you have already reputation in, or those that you feel that you're more confident, you know, approaching. Easiest might be, you know, in several different formats. Is this clear so far? And where do you already have many contacts or an established reputation? That also is really, really helpful, okay? Because if you have already an established reputation, you have many contacts, it's easier for you to find and to actually reach out to the decision maker, okay, of this company. So where do you already have many contacts or an established reputation? So for example, my first clients that I got as direct clients, especially that question is great for those that are starting and turning from working with agencies to direct clients. Many of you who joined this bootcamp, you mentioned that you would like to start working, okay, with direct clients instead of agencies. So in such a case, you need to start with somewhere that you have already some connections, you know. I started with my previous employer. So my previous employer and their network was my first clients because I had already an established reputation. They trusted me because I was working there as an in-house translator for 5 years. I had already some kind of experience in those fields. So it was easier for me to start with those people. So have you answered all of those questions? You can find them in the worksheet that I have shared with you. This is the worksheet you should have received. It's a Google Doc. You need to go and create a copy and download it. Don't ask for permission, okay, to get into the file. How to define buyer personas and target market is an action worksheet. Get a clear picture of the people you would love to work with in your head and write down top 5 reasons that you love working with them. That's a great question, especially for those that you have already some kind of experience. So if you already know the clients that you really love working with, you enjoy their actual communication, write all those characteristics that they have here in this list. So it's easier to be answered by people that they have already some kind of experience and they really enjoy the collaboration with specific types of clients. So use those, okay, as an example, and answer those questions. If you are a starting out translator, okay, or if you have not, let's say, I have a clear idea of your ideal clients so far because you have been working with LSPs, or because so far you haven't got such, let's say, positive experience, or let's face it, if you're just starting out, then here you need to be resourceful, okay, and use your imagination and write all the characteristics that you would like those types of clients to have. By those clients, I mean your ideal clients. Is there anyone who hasn't received this file? Let me know in the comments. Then you need to answer the following questions and define your target market. Could be more than one. The most common question I get asked, can be more than one? Yes, your target market can be more than one. Doesn't have to be only one, okay? Who needs your service the most? Who is able to pay what you charge? Whose problems and goals do you care about? Who is likely to give you large orders or repeat business? What sort of people do you enjoy spend time with? Who would be the easiest clients to get? I have it here in bold because I really like, start with the easiest to get, you know, don't have to be, especially when you run your first campaign, your marketing campaign, when you, let's say, create from scratch your client acquisition strategy. It's easier for you to become also motivated and inspired to start with people that you already have some kind of experience and you feel it's easier to get, just to get some results and to keep going. Where do you already have many contacts or an established reputation? What type of client work provides you with the most enjoyment and satisfaction? Yes, it needs to bring you also enjoyment and satisfaction, okay? Otherwise, what's the point, okay, of creating such a strategy? Then you go here in the 2.3 exercise and you write down your target market, can be more than one. And I have included here an avatar, customer avatar, from digital marketing. But if you Google, you know, customer avatar exercise online, you'll be able to find several different files. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions. And what is your homework today? Reply to the above questions and define your target market. Could be more than one. Work on the avatar worksheet to create your ideal customer profile. And I would suggest you to find even an updated, more recent one. The ones that I create in my paid programs are more, let's say, LinkedIn oriented. Here you might be able to find more, let's say, traditional ways of actually covering that kind of exercise. So for those that you're attending here, raise your hand in the comments and I will be sharing with you the 50 questions to get to know your ideal customer avatar, because I have taken that to a step further. I don't want to leave you with only those questions and the avatar, the traditional exercise. I have compiled this file with 50 questions to get to know your ideal customer avatar. Raise your hand in the comments and I will be sharing the link with you. This is an additional file. So to help you delve deeper for those, it's 17 pages file, okay? So before we begin, defining your ideal customer avatar is a slightly different exercise to define your broader target audience. So, okay, the first part of this training was devoted to identifying your target market. Okay, here, this file, the second one I'm going to share with you, is about your buyer persona. So for the purpose of this exercise, we want you to have one person in mind. You see, we go from a piece of the market, target market that we serve, to one specific person having in mind. Remember, we're talking about a pretend or even real person who is ideal for what you offer. Can be a real person that you know already that they exist. Okay. You're welcome, Bianca. It's a real person that you already know that they exist. So Maria, Gabriela might be one LinkedIn connection that you have on LinkedIn, or you don't have, and you know that they exist out there, and you know that they are your ideal clients, but you have never contacted them before. So you can have that person in your mind. Can be even a previous client of yours that you might have worked with in the past. You know that they exist. You know their real name, company, they work, industry, whatever. You have found them on LinkedIn, but you have never, let's say, you would like to work with more. So might be one client that you have never worked with and you would love to work with, and you know they exist. Might be one previous client of yours that you really enjoyed the collaboration with, okay, and you would like to repeat that, and you would like to create similar, okay, opportunities for your own business or your freelance career, okay. And of course, it can be also someone that you can imagine, use your imagination, okay. And then, of course, think about them, what characteristics they would like them to have. If this person discovered your offer today, they would immediately think, okay, this is exactly what I need right now. Does this make sense? This is the reaction that we expect from our ideal client. Either when we contact them, okay, Suki, you don't need to raise the hand. Is like, you can even write something, raise the hand is an expression, okay? If you don't see the icon, is in emoticon, but you don't need Suki. If you want the file, you can write me in the comments, yes, I would like the file. So that's the reaction that we expect when we contact them, we send them an offer and so on, okay? This is what characterizes an ideal client. It doesn't mean that other people aren't good fit for your offer. That's a great comment here, okay? Because most of you, when I'm telling you to niche down, you're afraid to niche down, because you think that by niching down, you are going to reject other offers or other potential clients. No, okay, that doesn't mean. It means that you are creating an online presence that is really strong, okay? And so people, when they visit this profile, they see why you are the go-to expert in those fields. That doesn't mean if other clients, they contact you, okay, you're going to reject their offer, okay? No. Of course, there will be a variety of people who buy your offer. However, having one person in mind helps you to visualize and pretend you are talking to a real person when crafting your offer, branding, and content. It's not only about an offer. So the first thing that we need to do after, okay, we identify your ideal buyer persona, ideal client. That's why I cover in all of my even paid and free programs. I always start by identifying your target market and ideal clients, because first of all, based on this profile, their needs, their problems, and how you're able to solve them, okay, you'll be able to create an offer that they won't be able to reject, an offer that really applies to them, their needs, okay, their objectives, or it solves a problem they have. You'll be able to create a branding. By branding, I don't mean only a logo. I mean your website, your LinkedIn profile. Branding is everything, okay, that comes along with us, and should be referred and addressed to those ideal clients of yours. And of course, content. By content, I don't mean only the content that you share, pieces of content, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on. By content, I mean even the static that you have on your LinkedIn profile should be addressed and conversational to your ideal clients. So if you do not know whom you're addressing your content to, you won't be able to create efficient content strategy. You will be always creating content that is so general and is addressed to everyone. So people, when they're visiting your profile or that piece of content, they don't see the relevancy. They don't see why you're the go-to expert. So this actually content doesn't convert into paid projects and clients. Let me know if this has been clear so far, or if it has been a bit of actually addressed. A bit advanced as a training. Let me know, guys. Is this clear so far? And of course, it's also recommended to have a photo. You can use a stock image or even cut out a photo from a magazine. Here's some examples, that I see. But if you have them on their LinkedIn profile, you can have them there. Why is that? It's good to visualize them when you answer those questions. It's easier for you to go through those exercises when you have a real person in your mind, or even you imagine that person, but to have them in front of you, like as if you talk to them. So I hope that this makes sense. I will go through shortly those questions, and then I will leave you to go and do your homework. There will be a dedicated post in our Mentoring for Translators group where I will be asking you to share in the comments your results. If you would like to get my feedback, so I would start with your specialization, your niches, your target market, and your ideal client avatar. One, okay? If you have more than one, I would be also willing to review more than one. You don't need to go through all the 50 questions if you have a clear idea. I would choose the questions that they're really, really important for you. So what's their name? If you know them, if you have them on your LinkedIn account, okay, go there and write their name. If you don't, you use your imagination. Male or female, again, if you have a specific person in your mind and they're real, put the real information. If you're imagining them, use your imagination. Where do they live? It's really important, okay? Are they locally based where you are? Are they overseas, in another continent, another country where you speak that language? You need to know. How old are they? We need to know our decision maker. If it's an executive, senior manager or a starting, let's say, position they have, what's their age, okay? Describe the religion. I know that some of you might find, okay, why we're interested in the religion, but when we are creating our branding, okay, and our branding is referred, let's say, to Muslims, or people in Saudi Arabia, it's a different branding, okay? We create a different content for those people, so we take into consideration the religion. But again, if you would like my opinion, in my paid programs, we skip that question. We don't go through those questions, okay? Describe their ethnicity. What is their relationship status? If you know that, okay, it doesn't have to go through, but it's an interesting exercise. Do they have a family? How many children? You see how in deep, in so much depth, those exercises they go, because you need to know very, very well your ideal clients. What is their favorite color? What is their favorite food? Are they an introvert, extrovert, or ambivert? Again, you're talking about one specific person. By defining one specific person doesn't mean, okay, that you're excluding any other type of client. Describe their personality in 3 to 5 words. That's an interesting question. What are their values in life? That's really important, especially if you would like them to share the same values with you. Take that into consideration when we reply that question. I assume if you do not know them, okay, you'll need to use your imagination. If you know them a bit, you can monitor their activity on LinkedIn or on other social media sources to find out more about them. What is their favorite quote or mantra? So, for example, people that I have them on my LinkedIn account, they can find my favorite quote that I have there. Okay. Hello, Olivier. You say here, is it possible to review this live? Yes, it will be remaining for the upcoming 3 days. Then I will delete everything. You need to sign up, Olivier, so as not to miss anything. Have you signed up? If you sign up, you'll be receiving some reminders and notifications via email as well. So let me know, Olivier, if you have signed up. And what's their favorite quote or mantra? So people that are following me, on LinkedIn, they will be able to know that. What do they do for fun or enjoyment? If you have been following them, maybe you know, but again, if you don't, use your imagination. What do they do for health and fitness? Do they live a healthy lifestyle? What could be improved? Only if you find them relevant. Some questions might not be relevant to your own case, so you can skip them, okay? What is their highest level of education? That, I think, is really important in our case. What is their career, work, or job title? I think this is non-negotiable. You need to know that. You need to know their job titles just to be able to find them online, to know that they exist, to find them on LinkedIn, to be able to contact them in the future, okay? Is their income low average or above average? What is their typical work hours? Where do they typically work? Are they happy and passionate about what they do for work? You use your imagination. Again, remember, this is your ideal client. So you can, okay, use here your imagination. What are the priorities and responsibilities in life? Again, is your ideal client. What are their struggles, challenges, and pain points in life? This is something I cover 100% in my paid programs. We need to know their struggles, their challenges and pains in life and in business, just to be able, okay, to create an offer that they won't be able to reject, and also to create content that will be addressed to them. What are some unhealthy habits they have adopted? Only if they're relevant. Again, what are some of their fears and worries? Again, if they're relevant, I would like to know them. What do they want to learn more about? What other course programs do they participate in? What are they tech savvy or technically challenged? That's also really important, especially if you're offering MTP, or you would like them to be affected by AI or not. Again, this is something that you need to take into consideration. How often do they use a laptop or computer? Great question. What social media platforms do they use? Again, this is a non-negotiable question. Yes, this should be answered. Why is that? Because we need to know where do they hang out, okay, online, just to know where we should establish our online presence, just to be able to be visible to them. Does this make sense? What online community groups are they part of? So you could also become part of that. What online tools and resources do they use? That's also great to know. What TV shows do they watch? Okay, I don't think that is relevant right now, but if you would like to go through this traditional way of doing the avatar, that's what is asked. What are some of their favorite brands? That's great. You know why? Because by knowing their favorite brands, you will be able to create your brand accordingly, so as you to become their next favorite brand. Does it make sense? What services do they regularly pay for? Who are their mentors they like to learn from? If they've been following online, you can check them out. Who are their favorite celebrities or leaders? Leaders are really important, I assume. What kind of profiles, accounts do they follow on LinkedIn, for example? I prefer LinkedIn. Why is that? Because LinkedIn is a professional network. Everyone is there to do business. You can monitor their activity there. The most recent activities, I think, publicly shared. And yes, you can get all the professional information that you want from their LinkedIn profile. If you use Instagram to attract clients, you can use their Instagram account, but make sure that they hang out on Instagram, because if your clients, they're not there and you cannot find them, doesn't really make sense to go there. What kind of podcast do they listen to? That's really interesting to know. What kind of books they read? Great. How do they prefer to consume content? That's great. You know why this question is non-negotiable? Again, you need to answer this question, because based on what type of content they are, let's say they prefer to consume, you will be creating your own content marketing strategy if you wish to create a content. So if you know that they really prefer videos, okay, maybe you need to consider creating videos. If they prefer to read content, maybe you need to create written content, and so on. Do they prefer to learn as an individual, part of a group? Are they self-paced learner or prefer to be guided? Those questions can be even, replaced by questions when it comes to translation, localization service, or interpretation service, the service that you offer. If they prefer to outsource, or they prefer to have them in-house, if they prefer to undertake the project management of the translation project, or they prefer to outsource the project manager, if they prefer to be in charge, or they prefer to leave, the charge to someone else, the professional one. So think about questions that would make sense to you regarding the service that you offer, and ask them here and answer them as well. What's their level of knowledge in relations to what you offer? Level of knowledge in terms of the language, of translation in general. Are they aware of AI? Are they aware of CAT tools? Are they aware of how we work as translators? What is their level of knowledge in relations to what you offer? Do they have any experience relation? Like, you can ask them even directly when you will start, let's say, approaching them based on my method that we're going to discuss on Thursday, okay? And you create a marketing processes to become visible to them and to start creating natural conversations with them and building relationships with them. Okay, you can even ask them what is their experience in relations to translation service, if they are satisfied with the current suppliers, if they have current suppliers, if they have had in the past, and so on. Let me know if this makes sense to you. And do they actively seek advice in relation to what you teach or offer? Do they actually seek advice somewhere else, like consultation, when it comes to localization, to globalization, to translation services, and so on? I think those questions are great, the last ones. What are they go-to resources for advice on our topic? Like, where do they go when they want advice on localization, globalization, interpretation, translation, our service in general? Like, do they go online and they find such information like Answer the Public, Quora, websites, Google searches, or they go to specific professionals and they ask for such advice? Are there any key points about your ideal client avatar? And now that you know your ideal client avatar, remember to always keep him or her in mind when. Why is that so important? And that's why I have included this page in this file here. For all of those things that you see here in our page, okay, for all of those things, we need to know very, very well our ideal client. If we do not know them, who they are, their challenges, the pain points, their objectives, we won't be able to create content that really, makes sense to them. By content, again, I mean even the content you have on your website, on your company profile, on your portfolio, your LinkedIn profile, everywhere, okay? You won't be able to design your brand visual identity, okay? So you won't be able to create your brand visual identity because you won't be able to know, okay, what brands they like, what colors, they prefer, if they're modest, if they're modern, more creative. You cannot create your social media post images accordingly. You won't be able to write your social media post captions if you do not know whom you're addressing this message to. You won't be able to decide on your lead magnet. Let me know, is there anyone who doesn't know what is a lead magnet? Let me know in the chat. What is a lead magnet? What if the ideal customer is a company? Do we use the avatar worksheet to identify the ideal employee at a company? Great question, 𝗟𝗲𝗁. Thank you for sharing that with us. Of course, most of the clients are going to be companies because we're creating a B2B client acquisition strategy and not going to be individuals, okay? So everything that I'm teaching here is about B2B, business to business, about other companies. Why is that? Because that's the only way to create a sustainable marketing process and client acquisition strategy for your own business. So they need to be a company. So what we do, we need to find the decision maker in that specific company. Yes, it's an employee. Usually in that company is the decision maker, the person who is responsible to talk to about our services. So do you know 𝗟𝗲𝗁, Olivier, Bojanka, Alessandro, Suki, Jürgen, Bojanka, Ari, Maria Gabriela, do you know what is a lead magnet? You won't be able to decide on your paid offers. You won't be able to decide on your pricing if you do not know your ideal client. You won't be able to write your website and sales copy accordingly and use the right keywords, the right information to be conversational, addressed to them. You won't be able to record your videos, trainings, and webinars or whatever that you would like to create for them. You won't be able to do live videos on social media so as to be addressed to a specific audience. You won't be able to write and send emails that actually get a response because the more generic, okay, the more generic your copy, as you realize, the less likely it will appear, okay? In the results of your audience. So any kind of questions, guys, let me know in the chat. I hope that you find this helpful today. It was our first exercise. So your homework is to go and reply to those questions and to find out what your target market, okay? And we're here at the first step of the basics. Identify your ideal client avatar. So that's what we have covered so far. I would like by the end of this 3-day training to have your results. Samples, the letters. Okay, about you're coming back to the lead magnet. So a lead magnet, guys, is usually a form where our ideal clients are willing to put their email so to download or get access for free. Your website, if it doesn't have a lead magnet, a form where they can put their information there so to download something or to get access, okay, then they won't be able to turn them into leads, then prospects, then to paid clients. So your website will be just a simple landing page, whereas we want to turn it into a lead generation machine. So if we want to turn your website, your LinkedIn profile, all of your online presence into a lead generation machine, by lead we mean interested parties in working with you, okay? Your potential clients are leads. And we want their email. Why? We want their information. Why? So as to continue the discussion with them, okay? Or building a relationship with them, which will end up in buying from us, okay? Purchasing our services. So that was it for today. Let me know if you have any more questions. There's going to be a specific post in our Mentoring for Translators group where I will be asking you to share your results of today's exercise. Go back and watch this training as many times as you wish, just to be able to have a clear idea of what's the difference between specialization, target market, and ideal avatar or buyer persona. Raise your hand in the comments, okay, wherever you're watching me from. If you would like the 17 pages, define your buyer persona with 50 questions file that I shared here with you. So I will be sharing with you the extra file. And if you would like to receive today's worksheet, okay, you need also to let me know in the comments, because it has been shared already to people that they have already signed up through vmentoring.com/business-bootcamp. So thank you everyone for being here live. Any questions before we close? I would love to answer any questions. Tomorrow we're going live again at 5 p.m. Central European time, so the same time, same place, to create your unique selling proposition, what makes you different from your competitors. We will be starting already with your branding, and okay, we're going to be able to review your LinkedIn profiles. So if you would like to have your LinkedIn profile reviewed, let me know in the comments and join me tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central European time to recreate your online presence. Okay, people, they were able to follow my instructions and to recreate their unique selling proposition and integrate that in their headline. They were able to see 2,000% more views. Boyanka, Natalie, have you noted down the analytics, like the increase that you got in the views to your LinkedIn profiles? You can take screenshot and let me know. Yeah, so that was it for today. Tomorrow, unique selling proposition, 5 p.m. Central European time, again live in our Mentoring for Translators group. If you have not signed up yet, I would suggest you to sign up vmentoring.com/business-bootcamp, so as you to be able to get access to the recordings, but also the main workshop that takes place on Thursday. The main workshop that takes place on Thursday will take place on Zoom. So it's not going to take live here, publicly said. So you need to sign up in order to receive the respective Zoom link. And you need to join me privately on a Zoom link, which is going to be at least 2 hours. I have created over 100 slides. So it's quite comprehensive. It's the best training I have been presenting so far. It's going to be the 8th edition of this training. And you will get also 30-page worksheet to create your client acquisition strategy. We're going through the most efficient client acquisition strategies for language professionals, and we're going to choose the ones that they apply to your own case, so as to start creating your strategy. So today we covered your ideal client avatar and your target market, so as to know who they are, okay? So as to know, if we do not know who they are, how we are supposed, okay, to compile a list and find them online. So we need to be able to find them online, to be able to compile a list with thousands of them. That's the next step. But the first step is to define them, okay? To be able to know who they are based on our specializations. And then based on this information that you have, you will be able to create your offers, your branding, and your content, and also to optimize your LinkedIn profile accordingly with the right keywords, so as to be able to attract them to you initially, but also to when they visit your LinkedIn profile after you have implemented, let's say, a prospecting campaign. Prospecting campaign is when we actively, okay, make ourselves visible in front of our ideal clients using LinkedIn or any other method, and they visit back your LinkedIn profile. They will see the right information there, so as to know that you are the right candidate for them. That's why we are doing this. That's why that's so important to identify your ideal client avatar. And that's why it's so important to niche down. By niching down, you don't get less clients, you get more clients. If there is anyone who thinks that by niching down, they're going to miss clients or they're going to miss opportunities about paid projects, let me know in the comments, because it is something that you need to have very, very clear. I would like to leave this training today by having this very clear in your mind. By niching down, technically, okay, you will be able to use keywords, more keywords about a specific niche. So the algorithm of Google or LinkedIn will be able to understand what's your audience, and it will start boosting the visibility of your profile to the right audience. As a result, you will be able to accept more inquiries from your potential clients. Does this make sense? But as a second reason why we need to niche down is because we are able to promote ourselves as the go-to expert. It's different to promote yourself and say, I'm an expert translator, and I specialize in legal, finance, business, medical, pharmaceutical, marketing, luxury brands, technical. Doesn't sound that professional, does it? But if you call yourself, in 2 or 3 niches maximum as a go-to expert, people are more willing to hear what you have to say, what you have to say about it, okay? And to trust you. It's the same example that I use with a doctor. If you're having a specific health issue, you're most probably going to Google to find a doctor, okay? And if you find a generalist, general doctor, that they can heal many different types of health issues, and you find, one that they really actually specialize in your specific health issue, I assume that you will choose the one that they really focus and they have a great experience in your own niche. The same applies with pharmaceutical companies. If you contact a pharmaceutical company, your LinkedIn profile writes that you are a literature, art, finance, business translator, they don't see the pharmaceutical there, or they see it among other 10 different specializations, they're not going to trust you. So everything that we're going through, those 3 days of the bootcamp, they're going to take you a step further to creating your own client acquisition strategy. So Maria, tell us that you came, you can watch the recording, San Francisco Bay Area. Is that correct? We have many people from the US joining us. 𝗷𝗲𝗁𝗁, where are you watching us from? You can watch the recording, You can use the hashtag replay in the comments and tag me to ask me anything, Maria Tello. And also, you need to sign up at vmentoring.com/bootcamp, business-bootcamp, if you would like to receive notifications about the upcoming lives, because it's going to be a 3-day event, which means on a daily basis, I'm going live with you at 5 p.m. Central European time, but the 3rd day is going to be on Zoom, so you need to receive the Zoom link and the action worksheets that I've been sharing, which are shared also via email. So if you would like to receive the action worksheets and reminders about the upcoming lives, and also the link to join me on Thursday, you need to sign up. And the least you can do is to watch this recording, ask me any questions, do the exercise, do the work, guys, because even if I create the best strategy for you, if you don't do the work, we won't be able to see the results. So do the work. Trust the process, Go and do the homework based on my instructions, which actually is to answer the questions in the worksheet that you have received, and go in our free group and answer in the comments of the respective post that will be asking you to share your results. Share your results in the comments just to receive feedback. I hope to see you tomorrow again at 5 p.m. Central European time live here in the group. We're going to create your unique selling proposition. It's the most challenging marketing exercise. Even very well-established entrepreneurs, they really struggle to find out, their unique selling proposition. There is going to be a worksheet again in a Google Doc format shared with those that they have signed up 2 hours before the actual training. So keep an eye on your inbox from info@vmentoring.com to receive the respective worksheet. And join me live by having that printed next to you in an online format, just to go through the exercises. It's quite challenging, but the moment that you have realized your value and what makes you unique and different from your competitors, you won't need to lower your rates to become more competitive, which actually is not the way to go. I don't suggest you to lower your rates just to become more competitive. I suggest you to leverage your marketing efforts and your online presence by using your unique selling proposition there, so as to differentiate yourself from your competitors and to have your ideal clients to choose you over your competitors. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. But in order to be able to find what makes you unique, we need to know whom we are addressing this message to. We need to know who is your ideal client. And as I mentioned, I would like to see maximum 3, target niches, maximum 3 types of clients you would like to start getting through this actually exercise that we are going to do together. So today, ideal client avatar, target market, dedicated worksheet, do the work, share your results to receive feedback. Tomorrow, your unique selling proposition, we need to go through exercise number 1 so as to be able to create your unique selling proposition. And day number 3, we're going to create your client acquisition strategy to start attracting and getting the clients on demand, like I've been teaching in my paid programs, the Ultimate LinkedIn Prospecting System. So business planning bootcamp, day number 1 was that. Day number 2 tomorrow, day number 3 on Thursday, September 19th. See you inside. Let me know, Maria, Tello, and Olivia, that you came later if you have any questions. Bye-bye for now.